Have you ever felt like a target for no reason? Have you experienced waves of negativity, slander, and spiritual opposition that seem to come out of nowhere, designed to derail you, discourage you, and extinguish your light? If you have walked this path of relentless spiritual warfare, know that you are not being punished. You have been marked, not as a victim, but as a warrior of God, a chosen one whose very existence is a threat to the forces of darkness. This isn't paranoia. It is the battlefield you were born into, and today, you will learn how to claim your divine authority and command the silence of your attackers. This experience of being perpetually under siege is one of the most painful and confusing signs of your divine calling. You possess a light so brilliant that it agitates the shadows. Your high vibration is a frequency of truth, love, and power that is intolerable to those who thrive in deceit, jealousy, and control. They attack you not because you are weak, but because they recognize your strength even when you do not. They see the crown on your head, the destiny in your spirit, and they will stop at nothing to prevent you from ascending to your throne and fulfilling the mission God has ordained for you. The attackers manifest in many forms. They can be overt enemies, but more often, they wear the faces of friends, family, and colleagues. They are the energy vampires who drain your spirit, the narcissists who gaslight your reality, the gossips who assassinate your character, and the spiritual saboteurs who cast curses and ill will in the hidden realms. These are not random encounters. They are strategic assignments from the enemy, sent to test your resolve, break your faith, and keep you trapped in a cycle of pain and distraction. Their goal is simple: to make you forget who you are and the power you wield. One of the first forms of attack you have likely endured is character assassination. Lies are spread about you that are so far from your true nature, it leaves you bewildered. Your kindness is twisted into manipulation, your silence into arrogance, your passion into instability. This is a deliberate tactic to isolate you from your support systems and to damage your reputation so that when you begin to speak your divine truth, no one will listen. The enemy knows your voice is a weapon, so they try to discredit the messenger before the message can ever be delivered. They aim to shatter your credibility in the eyes of the world. You have also faced relentless emotional and psychological warfare. This is the subtle torment of gaslighting, where your perception of reality is constantly questioned, making you doubt your own sanity. It is the constant projection from others, who accuse you of the very darkness they hold within themselves. These attacks are designed to create a prison of confusion and self-doubt within your own mind. They want you to believe you are the problem, that your intuition is flawed, and that your spiritual experiences are mere fantasy. It is a war for control over your mind and your spirit. Then there are the financial and material attacks. Just when you are on the verge of a breakthrough, an unexpected expense arises. A promised opportunity vanishes into thin air. You face blockages and obstacles that defy logical explanation. This is a strategy to keep you in a state of survival, to keep you so focused on lack and struggle that you have no energy left to pursue your divine purpose. The enemy understands that financial freedom provides a platform for your mission, so they fight to keep you in chains of debt and desperation, believing that your provision comes from the world and not from God. Perhaps the most draining of all are the spiritual attacks. These can manifest as overwhelming feelings of dread, anxiety, and hopelessness that descend upon you without cause. You might experience oppressive atmospheres in your home, unsettling dreams, or a sudden and inexplicable cloud of spiritual heaviness. These are psychic and demonic assaults, energetic arrows fired at your spirit to drain your life force, instill fear, and sever your connection to the divine. They are attempts to weaken your spiritual defenses from the inside out, making you vulnerable to further manipulation and control. You have been isolated. This is one of the enemy's favorite tools. They will work through others to betray you, abandon you, and make you feel utterly alone. This isolation is a crucible designed to make you believe that no one is for you, that even God has forsaken you. They want you in a solitary prison of despair. But what the enemy intends for evil, God uses for your ultimate empowerment. This period of profound loneliness is not your end. It is a sacred, divine recalibration, forcing you to turn away from all external validation and find your unbreakable strength in your connection with the Creator alone. You've been attacked in your physical body as well. Sudden, strange ailments for which doctors can find no cause. Chronic fatigue that chains you to your bed. Aches and pains that mirror the emotional and spiritual battles you are fighting. Your body is a barometer for your spirit. These physical manifestations are often the result of prolonged spiritual warfare. The constant stress, the energetic assaults, and the emotional turmoil take their toll, as the enemy attempts to incapacitate your physical vessel to halt your spiritual progress. They seek to make you too weak to fight back. The reason for these relentless, multifaceted attacks is the divine destiny encoded within your very soul. You are a system buster, a paradigm shifter, a generational curse breaker. You were sent to this planet to anchor a higher frequency of light and to dismantle the old structures of corruption and control. The forces of darkness that run this world recognize you as a mortal threat to their dominion. Your awakening signals the end of their reign. The intensity of the attack against you is a direct measure of the magnitude of your calling and the glory of your destiny. Now is the time for the great revelation, the turning point in your journey. You must understand that you were never meant to fight these battles in your own strength. You have been taught to react, to defend, to explain, to weep. But your true power lies not in reaction, but in divine authority. The secret to silencing your attackers is not to engage them on their low-vibrational battlefield. It is to rise to a higher dimension of power where their weapons cannot reach you, and their voices become nothing more than a faint, irrelevant echo. The first step to silencing your attackers is to stop giving them your energy. Your attention is your most precious currency. When you constantly think about them, speak about them, and check up on them, you are feeding them your life force. You are plugging yourself into their matrix of chaos and negativity. You must make a conscious and radical decision to withdraw your energy completely. This is not avoidance. It is a strategic spiritual maneuver. You are cutting off their supply line. An enemy with no energy from you is an enemy with no power over you. You must now master the power of your sacred silence. When you are slandered, do not defend. When you are provoked, do not retaliate. When you are accused, do not argue. Your silence is not weakness. It is a shield of impenetrable spiritual power. It communicates that you are operating on a level they cannot comprehend. Your refusal to engage creates a vacuum, and their negative energy, having no target to land on, is forced to return to its source. This is a universal law. Let your silence be your loudest statement, a declaration of your unwavering peace and unshakable faith in God's justice. It is time to cleanse your energetic field. You have been carrying the residue of these attacks, the energetic darts, the psychic sludge, the emotional wounds. You must be intentional about your spiritual hygiene. Visualize a waterfall of pure, divine white light from the heavens, washing over you, flowing through you, and dissolving every trace of negativity. Command in the name of the divine that all energetic cords to your attackers be severed now. See them turning to dust. You must do this daily, just as you would take a physical shower. Reclaim your energetic sovereignty. Now you will learn to use your voice not for defense, but for divine decree. Your words hold creative power. Stop talking about the problem and start speaking the solution into existence. Instead of saying, "I am being attacked," declare, "I am protected by the legions of heaven. Every weapon formed against me is disarmed and dismantled. Every tongue that rises against me is condemned by divine law." Speak these truths with the conviction of a king or queen issuing a royal edict. Your decrees, backed by faith, shift the spiritual atmosphere and command the forces of the universe to align with your reality. You must consciously put on the full armor of God each and every day. This is not a metaphor. It is a powerful spiritual practice. Clothe yourself in the helmet of salvation to protect your mind from doubt and psychological warfare. Put on the breastplate of righteousness to guard your heart against emotional wounds and despair. Gird your loins with the belt of truth to stand firm against all deception. Shod your feet with the gospel of peace to walk with stability and purpose. Take up the shield of faith to extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. And wield the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God, to proactively cut down demonic strongholds. Your attackers thrive in darkness and secrecy. You must bring their actions into the light, not the light of social media or gossip, but the divine light of God's court. Become a spiritual lawyer. Present your case to God. Name your attackers and detail their actions. Do not do this from a place of victimhood, but from a position of righteous authority as a child of the King. Ask for divine justice, not revenge. Pray, "Father, I bring these individuals and these actions before your throne of grace and justice. I release them into your hands. Let your perfect will be done." Then, drop the case and trust the divine judge to handle it. You must understand the spiritual principle of frequency. Your attackers operate at a very low frequency, the frequency of fear, hate, jealousy, and guilt. You cannot fight them by lowering yourself to their level. Your victory is secured by raising your own spiritual vibration so high that you become invisible and untouchable to them. You do this through worship, gratitude, joy, and acts of love. Spend time in nature. Listen to high-frequency music. Forgive those who have wronged you, not for them, but to release their toxic energy from your life. A high vibration is your greatest camouflage and your most potent weapon. Activate your angelic protection. You are not alone in this fight. You have a host of powerful guardian angels assigned to you, waiting for your command. You must speak to them. Say aloud, "Angels of the Most High God, I ask you to stand guard over me. Form an impenetrable shield of light around me, my family, and my home. Go before me and clear my path. Go behind me and guard my back. Intercept and dismantle every attack sent my way before it can reach me." Your spoken permission gives them the authority to intervene on your behalf in powerful and tangible ways. Use your celestial team. It is crucial to heal the inner wounds that these attacks have exploited. Attackers often gain a foothold through our own unhealed trauma, insecurities, and false beliefs about ourselves. If you harbor a deep-seated fear of abandonment, you will attract people who abandon you. If you believe you are unworthy, You will attract situations that confirm that belief. You must turn inward with compassion and begin the sacred work of healing your own heart. As you heal, you close the energetic doorways through which your attackers have gained access. You become a fortress, whole and impenetrable. Learn to recognize the spiritual root of the attack. When a person comes against you, you must train yourself to see beyond their face and recognize the spirit operating through them. This is not about demonizing people, but about having divine discernment. Your battle is not with flesh and blood. When you understand this, you can stop taking the attacks personally. You can have compassion for the wounded person being used as a pawn, while simultaneously taking spiritual authority over the dark entity that is influencing them. This depersonalizes the battle and empowers you to fight it effectively in the spiritual realm. You must now reclaim your territory. Your home, your workplace, your mind, these are your sacred spaces. You must spiritually cleanse them and anoint them as holy ground. Walk through your home and pray, commanding any and all dark entities and negative energies to leave now in the name of God. Anoint your doors and windows with oil, declaring them sealed and protected. In your mind, declare that it is sanctified ground, a space only for thoughts of peace, love, and divine truth. Do not allow the enemy to set up camp in your territory. You have the authority to evict them. Embrace the power of the blessing. When you are cursed, you must bless. This is one of the most advanced and powerful spiritual technologies taught by the masters. Blessing your attackers does not mean you are condoning their behavior. It is a radical act of spiritual warfare that confuses the enemy and releases a torrent of divine power. By blessing, you are aligning yourself with the heart of God. You are choosing love over hate, light over darkness. This act breaks the energetic cycle of attack and counterattack and elevates you to a level of spiritual maturity where their curses literally cannot land upon you. Your journey has been a divine preparation. Every attack you have endured has been a lesson in the enemy's tactics. Every betrayal has sharpened your discernment. Every moment of isolation has deepened your relationship with God. You are not being punished, you are being trained. You have been in God's Special Forces Academy, learning the art of spiritual warfare so that you can not only stand firm yourself, but also lead others to freedom. Your scars are not signs of damage. They are your credentials, your proof of victory, your testimony to the power of God that brought you through the fire. The time of passive defense is over. You are now being called to step into your offensive power. Wield the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God, as a weapon. When your mind is attacked with thoughts of fear, cut them down with scriptures of faith. When you feel the presence of darkness, speak verses of God's light and power into the atmosphere. Your spoken word, infused with divine truth, is a weapon that makes demons tremble and sends your enemies into confusion. Stop hiding in the trenches and start taking ground. This is your mandate. Understand that the silence you command is not just the absence of noise. It is a spiritual state of being. It is the deep, profound peace of knowing who you are in God. It is the unshakable confidence that comes from surviving the fire. When you reach this state, the frantic noise of your attackers simply fades into the background. It loses its power to affect you. You can hear their shouts, but it is like listening to a distant radio station playing a song you don't know. You are no longer tuned to their frequency. This is the ultimate silence, the ultimate victory. You must guard your gates. Your eye gates and your ear gates are the primary entry points for spiritual contamination. Be ruthless about what you watch and what you listen to. Disconnect from media that promotes fear and chaos. Unfollow social media accounts that drain your spirit or provoke agitation. Sever ties with people who are chronic complainers, gossipers, or agents of negativity. Your peace is a precious treasure, and you must protect it fiercely. Create a sacred bubble of high vibrational input, and you will find the noise of the outside world and its attackers growing fainter and fainter. Let gratitude become your secret weapon. The enemy cannot stand in the presence of a grateful heart. When attacks come, instead of focusing on the assault, immediately begin to list everything you are thankful for. Thank God for your life, for your breath, for the lessons you are learning, for the strength you are building. This practice instantly shifts your energetic state from a defensive crouch to a powerful position of praise. It short-circuits the attack and elevates you back into alignment with the divine flow of abundance and protection, where no negativity can survive. Realize that many of your attackers are acting out of a deep-seated jealousy of your light and your calling. They see in you what they were meant to be, but were too afraid to pursue. Your courage highlights their cowardice. Your authenticity exposes their masks. Your connection to God reminds them of their own spiritual disconnection. Their attacks are not truly about you. They are a projection of their own self-hatred and failed potential. Seeing them through this lens of compassion, not pity, but understanding, can release you from the anger and pain their actions cause, freeing you to move forward unburdened. Your trials have carved a great capacity for empathy and power within you. Every tear you have cried has watered the seeds of your purpose. You were broken down to be rebuilt stronger, holier, and more resilient than before. You are now ready. You are equipped. The training is complete. It is time to step out of the shadows of your past battles and into the glorious light of your divine assignment. Your attackers were merely the sandpaper God used to polish you, the weights He used to strengthen you. They have served their purpose. Now release them and rise. Your destiny is to be a beacon of light in a world drowning in darkness. You are a lighthouse. The storms will rage against you. The waves will crash upon your foundation, but your purpose is to stand tall, to hold your light steady, and to guide others safely to shore. Do not be discouraged by the storm. It is a sign that you are in the right place, doing exactly what you were created to do. Your light is saving lives, even when you cannot see it. The attacks are proof that your light is shining brightly and effectively. The silencing of your attackers is the beginning of a new chapter. As their voices fade, you will begin to hear the voice of God with a clarity you have never known before. He will give you the divine strategies, the creative ideas, and the sacred connections needed to fulfill your mission. The quiet is not an emptiness. It is a sacred space being cleared for divine revelation. Prepare for downloads from heaven. Prepare for your next assignment. Your victory over your attackers was never the end goal. It was simply clearing the runway for your magnificent takeoff. Chosen one, your time of hiding is over. Your period of enduring is complete. Step into your authority. Wear your invisible crown with dignity. Walk in the full knowledge of your power and your protection. When new attackers arise, and they will, you will not flinch. You will smile with the calm assurance of a seasoned warrior who knows the battle is already won. You will apply these sacred principles, stand in your power, and watch as they are silenced by the mighty hand of God working through you. This is your confirmation. This message has found you for a reason. It is the divine signal that your season of warfare is shifting into a season of reign. Embrace this truth. Let it settle deep into your spirit. You are not a victim. You are a victor. You are not weak. You are a divine instrument of immense power. You are not alone. You are surrounded by the armies of heaven. Go forth and walk in the victory that has been yours all along. Silence the noise and fulfill your glorious destiny. If this message has resonated with the depths of your soul, and you have felt the spirit of truth in these words, then your journey with us is just beginning. This channel is a sanctuary for God's chosen ones, a place of empowerment, revelation, and divine guidance. Subscribe now and press the notification bell so you do not miss the urgent messages and sacred teachings that are being released for you in these pivotal times. Join this family of light warriors as we rise together and change the world. Your destiny awaits.